65 degrees today, and it's before Valentine's Day. That's crazy. Crazy. Oh. Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to start on my compost production facility, and I have all the materials here to get it going. So I'll take you along and show you everything I have. And I got Scout here with me. She's around here somewhere. Scout, come here. Good girl. Scout, come here. You good girl. Come here. So that's the rough idea of how I'm going to design the chicken coop and the compost center. And I'm going to do a method of compost production where I'm going to take fresh mulch material and put it in with the chickens for them to actually work and process. And then every probably 2 to 3 weeks, I'll take all that material out and put new material in, and then take that material from the chickens and put it into be processed in, be composted further in the composting area, which will be done, which will help really accelerate things along and how much compost I'm able to make. So I'll show you what I've already done and what I bought. So I've got the 2x4 100-foot roll of wire that's 4 foot tall. I have 5-foot T-posts, 8 of them. And what I'm going to do is build a 20-foot by 10-foot composting area that's fenced in. The biggest reason why I'm fencing it is to keep my own dog out of it. Okay, once this stuff starts making compost, Scout's a big dog. She likes to eat crap off the ground. I'm not gonna be able to keep her out of there. And I don't wanna do these different bins and stuff because this is gonna allow me an area to store extra mulch. But I plan on having like a large production of compost. So I wanna just be ready for it, and I'm just gonna set myself up from the beginning. So the chicken coop, as you can see from the plans, will attach right to the side of it. And I'll make a gate that goes in between the two of them so that I can actually let the chickens into the compost area. Anybody who's done chicken composting knows that they'll go in and work a compost pile until there's nothing left for them to do to it. Let me show you what I've done so far. First of all of the cow manure I went and picked up. I used Aja's chipper, which has a shredder in it, and I shredded all of it up. So this is all of the cow manure shredded up. So that's one of my ingredients. I took some pinyon pine bark and I chipped up the pinyon pine bark. So that's one of the other ingredients I'm going to add in. Then I may or may not use very much of this, but I have brown material that I ground up. This came from underneath dead pinyon pine trees. And then I have all of the grasses and semi-green stuff that I collected from around the property. And I also have a secret ingredient. I have a bag of alfalfa pellets. And the reason why I have those is because it's more green material, and it's also an excellent starter. And since I'm going to be doing hot compost, I really want to make sure that I have a good way I want to have at least 2 different ways to get it ignited, because I don't know how well the cow manure is going to work because it's old. Some of it's been sitting in the sun and drying for 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years. I don't know if it makes any difference to cow manure or not. So I just want to hedge my bets. And the last thing I'll show you is this. This is yard waste from my brother's house, and a video we made, I think it was like 1.5 years ago, where me and my brother cleaned up his yard, his front yard. This is actually some of that debris, and this stuff is like a total gold mine. This is all great carbon material. I can once I grind all this up in that chipper, this stuff is going to be great mulch, and it's going to be great material to make compost from. So with being out here, there's only so much organic material that we have to work with to start. So, I'm throughout the season, I'm going to be acquiring all kinds of organic material for free from a number of different sources that I've been really working and hustling on trying to acquire. And we're going to be able to make some really good stuff here, and I can't wait. Okay, I'm just going to cheat. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to eyeball how big of a circle I want. So I'm just going to unroll some. Now, if you look, I have this wonderful round shape that lets air in the side. Now all I have to do is stack up all that material in the right kind of layers up to here or wherever. And this is going to help get my pile started really fast. I saw this on a YouTube video taught by one of the original inventors of permaculture. And this is going to work really fantastic. This also allows me to move this around. What's going to hold it together, I'm just going to use these clips like you get with a dog leash. In fact, one of them's they're both from old dog leashes, okay? This, all I got to do is clip it together, so just like this. And move this closer, okay? I can just clip it together there at the bottom and clip it together up here at the top, and then look at that. It stays together. And I may even just get a third one. I have a third one. And this is going to help keep this together while the pile stays in there. And then it allows me to just open it up real easily, just like this. And then I can open it up and my pile falls apart so that I can stir it up. This is only going to be used in stage 1 of the composting. So the idea is you get it started in this and you give it, 5 or 6 days like this. Then when you open it up and turn it the first time, you move the pile along and then you start the next one in here. And that's the idea. This allows me to open it up and move it out of the way. And this allows me to manipulate the pile in a whole different way than it does when it's inside of a squared off bin area, which I kind of don't like that confined thing. So I'm just going to have one big mulch area. Plus, like, let's say I get something started on here, right? I can just open this up and move it over to start another one. And I could let my chickens in and just let them work on that very beginning stages of the start of the pile. Okay, I'm going to grind up some more mulch before I get started on this. So no better time to do it. Okay, so I guess I didn't explain, for those that are wondering why I would grind everything up into such fine material before composting it. The finer the material is broken down, the more surface area it has, and the faster it develops microbial organisms and the faster it breaks down. Like I said, I'm going to get this done. My goal is, this is hot compost. This method should be done in 18 days. 18 days, and this will be the best compost you'll ever see. So this is the stuff I chopped up from my brother's place, and you can see, I mean, this is just some great stuff right here. Some of it's still wet. Yeah, this is going to break down really well, really fast. I'm ready to get this started. So I have the hose hooked up to my water tank, and because it's full, the weight of 2,600 gallons gives me water pressure. It's enough to get the job done as I'm wetting it down, as I'm wetting the layers down. That's all that matters. It just has to be enough. I'm going to put a little bit of moisture down on the ground ahead of time so it's not bone dry. This is just gravity feeding water. Okay, now to start the layers. So I'm going to do green, brown manure water. Green, brown manure water. So I'm going to make about somewhere around 1 inch to 1.5 inch layer of each as I go. So let's see how far, what kind of a pile I get. All right, so first we're going to start with a layer of this green material. Well, greenish brown. There's my first green layer. Now I'm going to put some of this brown on there. Okay, now is when I'm going to put a scoop of alfalfa pellets on there. Okay, that's my additional green material. And now comes the manure. Okay, now it's time to water this first layer down. Now all my materials are very dry, so I'm going to put some extra moisture on here.
Driven in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh.
Well, when I finished working, finished installing the fence posts, I noticed that the camera was dead. I kind of forgot about it. I basically have, I think I did 5 layers. And I'm not sure if I have it watered too much or not yet. I'm going to give it 24 hours to sit with this much moisture that I put on it. Basically, that gives you kind of a view around of this. And you can see I can go much, much higher when I get more material. I mean, this is the way that you manufacture large amounts. Now, ideally, and yes, I got a cigar. So ideally, I would have been up to about here. It allows me in this area, this much area, you know, 10 foot by 20 foot. This allows me plenty of room to have, you know, 3 or 4 large piles going. And that's probably what it would be. And it leaves me plenty of room to maneuver around in here. It leaves me room to store extra mulch if I have it. The fence is going to be just like this. So I'll probably take the finished compost and start a huge pile right up in the corner, because I can go all the way up with the finished product. And then I can come over and just take right out of it. The alfalfa pellets, they break down really fast. See that? As soon as they get wet, they just break right down. Yeah, I had a little bit of an underestimation in how much material I thought I had. The next video, I'm gonna finish up this fence. Okay, so I'm back over here at Bruce's checking out the remains. Get out of there, come on Scout, get out of there. You silly dog. I'm checking out whatever the remains of that white crap was. Sue thinks this is biofilm from the algae. After it had turned, it turned into something else. And if you look at it now, it's like, you know, some kind of hard paper material thing, you know. Yeah, it's definitely not oil, that's for sure. But whatever it was, that's what it looks like when it's out and dry. Yeah, if anybody out there in the comments wants to comment on what you think it is now, you know, like I said, it's all dry and crispy now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody out there has a blessed day. Take some time for yourself and take care of yourself. Take care of your health, because honestly, nobody else will. You're the only person that can take care of you and make changes for you. So do the best you can. I'll be praying for each and every one of you.